Hi, I'm Mr. Greg, and welcome to the fourth Sunday of Lent. Today we're going to do a little review of the other Sundays. The first Sunday of Lent was about how baby Jesus was born and how his father and mother loved him very much. The second Sunday was about when he was lost in the temple, and his parents were worried about where he was, but they found him in the temple. They didn't know he'd gone there. The third Sunday was about baptism. That was last week. Do you remember where Jesus was actually baptized? It was in the river. And then God sent something to symbolize his blessing. Do you remember what that was? It was a dove. But today we're going to talk about Jesus and how he discovered what his work was. So Jesus went into the desert to discover more about who he was and what his work was going to be. He was there for 40 days and 40 nights. There was little to eat or drink. One day he heard a voice. It said, "Why don't you turn one of those stones over there into bread and have something to eat?" Jesus said, "No. To be a real human being, we need more than just bread to eat." Suddenly, it was as if Jesus was on top of the great temple in Jerusalem. The voice came back, "If you are really the Son of God, why don't you jump and see if God sends the angels to catch you before you hit the stones below?" Jesus said, "No. We do not need to test God." Then it was as if Jesus could see all the kingdoms of the world. The voice came back again, "If you will follow me, I will make you king over all these kingdoms." Jesus said, "No, I am to be a king, but not that kind of king." Then the voice went away. Jesus went back across the Jordan and began to do his work. But what was his work? What do you think it was? Now I wonder what there is in your room that can maybe help us tell more about this part of the story. But first let's talk about, I wonder if you wonder about who you are right now, or who you might be and what kind of work you're going to be when you grow up. For me, I used to draw when I was little, and I used to have like Legos that I played with and made buildings and such. And then when I went into the 7th grade, I took a drafting class, and I learned how to draw drawings, and I decided then I wanted to be an architect, and that's what I became. What do you think you might want to become in the future? Why don't you dream right now about what your work might be right now? Could it be being a friend, a sibling, an artist, a musician, or what you might be when you grow up? Again, let's go back, and I wonder what there is in your house that you can bring to the story to help tell it better about who you are now or what you might want to be. Here are some of the things that I had when I was growing up. This is called a scale, and it's made to measure drawings and make drawings at certain sizes. I used that when I was working and when I was in high school, actually. This is a triangle. It helps you draw different angles with a T-square and helps you draw the drawings. And for circles and curves, this is a circle template, and it helps you draw circles nice and sharp and round of certain sizes. So again, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what do you want to be right now? And what kind of things in your room might you find that would help tell that story?